introduction video, we told you about who we are and what we aim to provide through Orix Gold. Let's get into today's block, and as we mentioned last time, we're starting with Web3 blockchain. At a high level, blockchain is really about building trust on the internet. In an era where there is so much misinformation, fraud and scamming online, blockchains offer a way to counter that by building trust using technology. So what is it?
Blockchain is essentially a peer-to-peer tech or database that encodes the history, transaction or events between parties, and it does this in a tamper-proof way. It's been compared to a digital shared ledger or record that can be used to verify data.
More simply, if ledgers aren't your thing, it's also been described as a special kind of database. For example, a statement from my bank about all of the transactions that have come from and gone to my account are a form of ledger. The bank holds that information, and I trust the bank when I make a payment from my account that it will be paid into the correct account of the recipient. The bank technically owns my ledger and I have to use them to make the payments or access that information. However, instead of a bank, the blockchain can offer what the bank does. It can verify transactions, keep an accurate history of events in a safe and secure way, and on decentralized blockchain, this information or record of transactions isn't owned by a single entity.
But there's a reason it is more simply described as a special database, and that's because blockchains have the special ability to transfer, buy or sell anything of value without the need for a middleman. This means rather than the bank verifying that I have enough of whatever I'm trying to transfer available and then keeping a record of that transaction, the verification in those records are completed and held by the blockchain. And why is this special? Because the blockchain isn't owned or governed by a single person or entity. It's owned and governed by everyone that is on the blockchain network.
The blockchain, unlike the bank, doesn't act like a single ledger. When it makes a note of the transaction, it makes a multitude of exact copies of that note on all of the computers or devices connected to that blockchain network around the world simultaneously. We'll break this down a little more in a video to come.
When we refer to a note or a record, this is called an entry on the blockchain. Entries are wrapped in blocks and are permanently chained to the network. That's how we get the name blockchain. Once an entry has been made on the blockchain, it can't be broken or tampered with.
This is the very simplified and general breakdown.
So a question for you. Thinking about ledgers and recording transactions, can you think of a time when in your industry, role or company, it would have been great to transfer, buy or sell without a middleman?
I often think about sending money overseas and the exorbitant fees that can come with that.
Have a think about how blockchain might help you, and make sure to subscribe and stay tuned to find out more on how the blockchain works. Hi guys, at the end of each video we'll do a quick recap on the most important words to add to your blockchain vocabulary. So make sure you have a pen and paper handy to add them to your new vocab list. Today's words are encode, blocks and chained. Until next time.